If you've lived in Pennsylvania your whole life, you might think you've seen it all. But the truth is, most people drive right past the best parts of this state without realizing it. So I went looking for the places no one talks about. Hidden towns that still feel like the 1950s, roads where your car rolls uphill, and spots so peaceful you'll forget your phone even exists. This isn't a tourist brochure. This is the real Pennsylvania. So sit back and relax, because we are presenting you 50 places in Pennsylvania that are absolutely worth your time. But before starting our countdown, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we have already posted tens of videos and multiple playlists of Pennsylvania, and more are on the way. Number 50. Pine Creek Gorge. Let's start strong, with a place that most people still don't believe exists in Pennsylvania. Pine Creek Gorge, also called the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, stretches nearly 50 miles long and dives more than 1,000 feet deep in some spots. The views from Colton Point, or Leonard Harrison State Park, are just stunning, especially in the fall when the trees turn orange, red, and gold. It's quiet, massive, and perfect for anyone who wants to feel small in the best way. If you're looking for a scenic spot that actually lives up to the hype, this is it. Number 49. Ricketts Glen State Park. If you love waterfalls, this place is a dream. Ricketts Glen has 22 named waterfalls, all connected by a single hiking trail. The biggest one, Ganoga Falls, is nearly 100 feet tall. It's not a hard hike, but it feels like an adventure. You'll walk through the forest, hop over rocks, and discover waterfall after waterfall. This park gives you that perfect mix of peace, beauty, and just enough challenge to make it memorable. Number 48. Cherry Springs State Park. This one isn't about what you see during the day. It's about what you see at night. Cherry Springs State Park is known for having the darkest skies in the eastern U.S. There's almost no light pollution here, which means on a clear night, you can see the Milky Way with your bare eyes. No telescope needed. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and it makes you realize how big the universe really is. If you've never seen a sky full of stars, this is the best place to start. Number 47. Hickory Run Boulder Field. Now this one's weird, but in a good way. Hickory Run State Park is home to a massive boulder field that covers over 16 acres. It's just rocks. No trees, no grass, just thousands of boulders, some the size of bathtubs. And the crazy part, they were dropped here by glaciers thousands of years ago. Walking across it feels like you're on another planet. It's strange, it's quiet, and honestly, it's one of the most unique natural spots in the entire state. Number 46. Cucumber Falls, Ohiopyle State Park. If you want a quick, beautiful stop that's super easy to access, go to Cucumber Falls. It's in Ohiopyle State Park, and it's only a short walk from the parking lot. The waterfall drops about 30 feet, and you can even walk behind it if the water flow isn't too strong. The setting is pure peace, surrounded by rocks, trees, and the sound of falling water. Whether you're stopping for 15 minutes or planning a picnic nearby, it's a must-see. Number 45. Laurel Highlands Scenic Overlook. This isn't a single place. It's a scenic route through the Laurel Highlands. Along the way, you'll find overlooks where you can pull off the road and see wide views of the mountains, especially stunning in autumn. One of the best views is along Route 30 near Jennerstown, where the horizon seems to stretch forever. If you love road trips or just want to sit and take in a quiet view, this is one of the most peaceful drives you can take in Pennsylvania. Number 44. Kinzua Bridge Skywalk. This one is equal parts beautiful and kind of jaw-dropping. The Kinzua Bridge used to be the tallest railroad bridge in the world, until a tornado knocked part of it down in 2003. Now what's left has been turned into a skywalk, complete with a glass floor that lets you look straight down into the valley. It's a wild mix of history, destruction, and beauty all in one place. If you want a spot that's photogenic and a little thrilling, this is it. Number 43. Raymond B. Winter State Park. This park is a hidden gem. Not super crowded, but definitely worth visiting. It's located in central Pennsylvania and has a peaceful little lake surrounded by pine trees and small mountains. You can swim, hike, or just hang out by the water. The whole place feels like a quiet escape from everything. If you're looking for something simple and relaxing, Raymond B. Winter is the kind of park that makes you want to slow down. Number 42. Glen Onoco Falls Trail. This trail is famous for a reason, and also a little dangerous. Located near Jim Thorpe, the Glen Onoco Falls Trail used to be one of the most rugged waterfall hikes in PA. The trail has steep climbs, slippery rocks, and no railings, which is why it was closed to the public in recent years for safety. But the falls themselves still exist, and they're absolutely gorgeous. You can still see parts of the area from nearby trails, but it's always smart to check what's open before you go. Even though the trail is closed, its story is still part of PA's wild outdoor legacy. Number 41. Dingman's Falls. If you want a stunning waterfall without a tough hike, this is the spot. Dingman's Falls is in the Delaware Water Gap area, and it's one of the tallest waterfalls in Pennsylvania, dropping about 130 feet. What's great is that the path to it is flat, easy, and wheelchair accessible. Perfect for all ages. The walk takes you through a quiet forest and ends at a viewing platform right in front of the falls. It's peaceful, simple, and absolutely worth the stop. Now let's move from nature to charm, because Pennsylvania is full of small towns that look like they belong on a postcard. Number 40. Jim Thorpe. Jim Thorpe looks like it was pulled straight from a European travel magazine. Set between forested mountains, it's full of colorful Victorian buildings, cobblestone streets, and a scenic railway you can actually ride. What makes it special is how everything, the architecture, the views, the little shops, all work together to create this magical, peaceful vibe. It's a perfect mix of history and natural beauty, and it's honestly hard to take a bad photo here. Number 39. Lititz. Lititz is one of those towns that just makes you feel good. Located in Lancaster County, it's clean, cozy, and full of personality. You'll find local shops, old brick buildings, and even a chocolate store that's been around for over 100 years. It's not flashy, but that's what makes it charming. It feels like a hometown, even if you're just visiting for the day. Number 38. New Hope. New Hope has a creative, artsy feel that sets it apart. Sitting right on the Delaware River, this town is packed with art galleries, unique cafes, and musicians playing on the street. You can walk across a scenic bridge, hop on an old-time train ride, or just relax by the river with a coffee in hand. It's a perfect spot for anyone who enjoys peaceful views with a little creative energy. Number 37. Milford. Milford is one of the quietest and most underrated towns in Pennsylvania. It's surrounded by forest and waterfalls, but the town itself is full of beautiful old buildings, friendly locals, and cute little restaurants. What makes it worth visiting is the calm. It's the kind of place where you can actually hear yourself think. And that's rare these days. Number 36. Belafonte. Belafonte feels like stepping into an old European town, with its stone bridges, tall Victorian homes, and a crystal clear stream flowing through the center. It's a great place for slow walks, antique hunting, or just sitting by the water. If you love towns with strong character and beautiful architecture, Belafonte is a hidden treasure. Number 35. Wellsboro. If you're visiting the Pennsylvania Grand Canyon, you have to stop in Wellsboro. The town has gaslit street lamps, a charming main street, and that cozy small town feel that makes you want to stay longer than planned. It's one of those places where everything moves slower, in the best way possible. Number 34. Strasburg. Strasburg is all about old trains and quiet countryside. You can ride a real steam engine through open farmland, visit train museums, and even sleep in a train caboose. It's surrounded by Amish country, which adds to the calm, peaceful feel. If you're looking for something totally different, Especially for kids, Strasbourg is a great choice. Number 33, Ligonier. Ligonier is small but full of charm. At the center of town is a perfect little square, known as the Diamond, with shops, benches, and a historic vibe. There's also a full-scale reconstructed fort you can tour. What makes Ligonier stand out is how well kept everything is. It's simple, but every detail feels cared for. Number 32, Bedford. Bedford is where colonial history meets countryside relaxation. You'll find old inns, covered bridges, and mineral springs that people used to travel miles to soak in. The town has a welcoming vibe, with farmers' markets, small galleries, and quiet streets. It's a great place to unwind while still learning something new. Number 31, Ephrata. Ephrata has a calm, clean feel that's easy to fall in love with. Its main attraction is the historic Ephrata Cloister, a peaceful religious community founded in the 1700s. But even outside the history, the town has lovely parks, small shops, and a steady, relaxed pace. It's perfect for a quiet weekend that doesn't feel rushed. Number 30, Red Caboose Motel. If you've ever dreamed of sleeping in a real train car, the Red Caboose Motel in Strasbourg makes it happen. Each room is an actual vintage caboose, turned into a cozy motel room, parked right by the tracks with views of Amish farmland. It's fun, family-friendly, and unlike anything you've probably stayed in before. And hey, I hope you're enjoying this video so far, so why not give us a thumbs up? It would mean a lot. Now let's move to our next location. Number 29, PennDOT Sign Forest. This might just be the weirdest photo spot in Pennsylvania. Tucked away in Clearfield County, the PennDOT Sign Forest is a field filled with old, weathered road signs. Stop signs, highway markers, and street names all jumbled together. It wasn't built as a tourist stop, but over time, it's become a quirky, totally random roadside gem that makes for some unforgettable pictures. Number 28, Indian Echo Caverns. Just outside of Hershey, you'll find Indian Echo Caverns, a natural limestone cave system you can walk through. The inside is full of crystal formations, underground lakes, and cool air that feels like a different world. It's easy to access and great for all ages, especially if you want to experience nature from the inside out. Number 27, Abandoned Pennsylvania Turnpike. In Breezewood, there's a stretch of highway that time left behind. The abandoned turnpike is 13 miles of empty road and dark, graffiti-covered tunnels where cars haven't driven in decades. You can bike, walk, or just explore. And it truly feels like something out of a movie. It's eerie, fascinating, and full of atmosphere. Number 26, Laurel Caverns. If you want a little adventure underground, Laurel Caverns is the place. It's the largest cave system in Pennsylvania, with options for gentle walking tours or more rugged spelunking adventures. There's even simulated cave rappelling for beginners. It's not just a cave, it's a full underground experience. Number 25, Ringing Rocks Park. Here's a strange one. A field of boulders in Bucks County that literally ring like bells when you hit them with a hammer. Nobody fully understands why. You bring your own hammer, tap the rocks, and they chime back. It's weird, natural, and oddly satisfying. Definitely one of the most unusual spots in the state. Number 24, Centralia's Graffiti Highway. While the actual graffiti highway has been closed and covered for safety, Centralia's story is still one of Pennsylvania's most bizarre. An underground coal mine fire has been burning beneath the town since the 1960s, causing the land to collapse and the residents to leave. It's haunting, fascinating, and still draws urban explorers curious about what's left. Number 23, Haines Shoe House. Imagine driving through the countryside and seeing a giant shoe sitting on the side of the road. That's the Haines Shoe House, built in the 1940s as a marketing stunt by a shoe salesman. Today, it's a roadside museum you can tour. It's odd, fun, and definitely something you won't find anywhere else. Number 22. Big Mac Museum. Yes, there's a museum for the Big Mac, and it's right outside Pittsburgh. The Big Mac was invented in Pennsylvania, and this museum is part of a real McDonald's that includes the world's largest Big Mac statue, memorabilia, and original marketing posters. It's fast food meets history, and makes for a quick, quirky stop. Number 21. Gravity Hill. At Gravity Hill, your car will appear to roll uphill, even in neutral. It's just a visual trick caused by the landscape, but it completely messes with your sense of direction. It's a short detour, but one that will leave you scratching your head and laughing. It's fun, free, and makes for a great video or family memory. Number 20. Gettysburg Battlefield. Gettysburg is one of the most important historic sites in the United States, the place where the tide turned during the Civil War. You can walk or drive through the massive battlefield, visit the museum, and even take a guided tour where they explain what happened right where you're standing. It's powerful, emotional, and gives you a whole new appreciation for American history. Number 19. Independence Hall. This is where the Declaration of Independence and the U.S. Constitution were signed. Stepping into Independence Hall feels like stepping into the exact moment America began. The building itself is beautifully preserved, and the tour guides are passionate and knowledgeable. If you want to understand how this country started, this is where you go. Number 18. Eastern State Penitentiary. This place is eerie, but fascinating. Eastern State Penitentiary was once the most famous and expensive prison in the world, and now it's open to the public. You can explore the empty cells, walk down the crumbling halls, and even see Al Capone's old prison room. It's spooky, yes, but the history here is unmatched. Number 17. Valley Forge National Historical Park. Valley Forge is where George Washington and his troops camped during a brutal winter in the Revolutionary War. Today, the site is peaceful and open to visitors. You can walk the trails, see reconstructed huts, and visit the Washington Memorial Chapel. It's a place that shows both the struggle and the strength that shaped early America. Number 16. Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. If you're into trains or traveling with kids, this museum is a must. Located in Strasburg, it has one of the largest collections of historic trains in the country, including massive locomotives you can actually walk through. It's fun, educational, and makes you realize how much railroads shaped Pennsylvania's growth. Number 15. The Andy Warhol Museum. This one's for the art lovers. Andy Warhol was born in Pittsburgh, and this museum is dedicated entirely to his life and work. It's the largest museum in the world focused on a single artist, and it's packed with pop art, film, and exhibits that are as bold and creative as Warhol himself. It's modern, colorful, and a different kind of cultural stop. Number 14. Mercer Museum. This museum looks like a castle on the outside and feels like a time capsule on the inside. It was built by Henry Mercer to preserve tools and everyday objects from early American life. It's packed, literally floor to ceiling, with old carriages, lanterns, and strange contraptions. If you love weird old things, this place is for you. Number 13. Ephrata Cloister. This quiet site in Lancaster County is one of the oldest religious communities in America. The Ephrata Cloister was founded in the 1700s, and today it's a peaceful spot filled with old wooden buildings and stories about a simpler, spiritual way of life. A visit here is slow, thoughtful, and really calming. A break from the usual busy stops. Number 12. Fort Necessity National Battlefield. This small fort in Fayette County was the site of George Washington's first military engagement, and also his first surrender. Today, it's a national park where you can walk the battlefield, explore a museum, and see the reconstructed fort. It's a quick stop, but it's full of early American history that most people have never heard about. Before moving to our next stop, let us know which is your favorite place so far, or is there any hidden gem you'd like us to feature in our next video? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now let's move to our next place. Number 11. Pennsylvania State Capitol. You don't have to be into politics to appreciate this place. The Capitol building in Harrisburg is absolutely stunning, filled with art, murals, and a massive dome inspired by St. Peter's Basilica. Free guided tours are available daily, and it's one of the most beautiful public buildings in the entire state. A great mix of architecture, history, and civic pride. Number 10. Pittsburgh's Strip District. If you want to feel the energy of a city without the overwhelming chaos, head to the Strip District in Pittsburgh. It's a mix of old factories, street markets, small shops, and some of the best local food in the city, from pierogies to fresh Italian sandwiches. It's also super walkable and full of personality. Whether you're there for breakfast or just exploring, the Strip makes Pittsburgh feel alive. Number 9. Philadelphia's Magic Gardens. This place is exactly what it sounds like. Magical. Tucked away in Philly's South Street area, the Magic Gardens is a giant mosaic art environment created by one man, Isaiah Zagar. It's full of mirrors, tiles, bottles, and broken ceramics turned into beautiful walls and tunnels. It's not just an art exhibit, it's an experience. Every corner makes you want to stop, stare, and take a photo. Number 8. Presque Isle State Park. Yes, Pennsylvania has beaches, and this is where you'll find them. Located on the shores of Lake Erie, Presque Isle is a natural peninsula with sandy beaches, bike trails, and gorgeous sunsets. It's perfect for summer trips, especially if you're craving some water and fresh air. Whether you want to swim, boat, or just relax by the shore, this is where the vibe completely changes from the rest of the state. Number 7. Lancaster Central Market. This is one of the oldest continuously running farmers markets in the country, and it's packed with flavor. Inside Lancaster Central Market, you'll find fresh produce, baked goods, meats, and foods from local Amish vendors. It's a perfect mix of history, culture, and delicious food, and one of those places where you'll end up buying more than you planned. Number 6. State College and Penn State Campus. Whether you're a student, a sports fan, or just visiting, State College has a special buzz to it. The Penn State campus is beautiful, with wide lawns, historic buildings, and the famous Old Main Bell Tower. During football season, the whole town comes alive. But even on a quiet weekend, it's a great place to walk around, grab a coffee, and feel the energy of one of the country's biggest college towns. Number 5. Allentown's Arts Walk. Allentown is a city that's really been growing its creative side. And the Arts Walk is the heart of it. It's a pedestrian-friendly stretch downtown, filled with public art, modern galleries, food spots, and live music events. It's urban, colorful, and full of surprises. Whether you're exploring on your own or coming for an event, this part of Allentown shows how much the city has evolved. Number 4. PA Firefly Festival. If you've never seen fireflies light up in perfect sync, you're missing one of nature's most magical shows. Every summer, deep in the Allegheny National Forest, the PA Firefly Festival takes place. And for just a few nights, thousands of fireflies blink together across the woods. It's peaceful, glowing, and honestly feels unreal. Bring a blanket, sit in silence, and just watch the forest come alive. It's one of those once-a-year experiences that stays with you forever. Number 3. Christmas in Bethlehem. When it comes to holiday spirit, Bethlehem goes all out, and for good reason. Nicknamed the Christmas City, it lights up with festive markets, carolers, horse-drawn carriages, and a giant star glowing on the hill. You'll find European-style Christmas villages, warm cider, and cozy winter vibes everywhere you go. If you want to feel like you're inside a Christmas movie, this is the place to be. Number 2. Bloomsburg Fair. Held every fall, the Bloomsburg Fair is the biggest fair in Pennsylvania, and it feels like the entire state shows up. From fried food and live music to animals, crafts, and rides, it's a full week of fun that draws in families, farmers, and fair lovers from all over. It's not just about rides. It's about that classic small-town American feeling, and there's really nothing else quite like it in Pennsylvania. Number 1. Full foliage on Route 6. To close out the list, you have to experience fall on Route 6, one of the most scenic drives in the state. This highway stretches across northern Pennsylvania, passing through forests, canyons, and small towns that explode in color during peak leaf season. The drive itself is the destination. Pull off whenever something catches your eye, take photos, grab apple cider from a roadside stand, and just enjoy the beauty of Pennsylvania in its best season. And there you have it, guys. Now, if you want to see abandoned places in Pennsylvania, then we've this complete playlist just for you. Click here and find some more unique places in Pennsylvania. See you there.